My name is Noel Tock, and I run ThemeForce, which is or has now become a web application for restaurant owners to get a website for their business so that they can manage their food items, their events, their social media. We still sell the WordPress themes that go along with our product if you want. However, it's really predominantly become a full-fledged solution or service as opposed to just a downloadable product.
Okay, so how do you integrate WordPress into the web app?
Well, the WordPress is the back end. The same way that you have a normal WordPress install going with a WordPress theme, our themes sit on top of that WordPress install, but we also manage the entire sign-up, the installation, the support, so that it's all one service and not just individual components that someone has to assemble themselves.
Okay, so why did you go for WordPress rather than, say, a different platform like Drupal or...
Well, it's got the coolest community. I mean, it's an obvious choice.
Yeah.
I mean, the people are great behind it. There's a lot of momentum. It's something that just fits the mold. It's really flexible as to what you want to do with it. There's a lot of the right sort of growth. It's just what everyone likes, and I really like myself. It's just a great tool to use.
So why restaurants?
Why restaurants? That's a loaded question. Well, there's two parts to it, right? One was how I got into this whole sort of business by doing a single restaurant website for a friend of mine, and that was really interesting because he had a lot of requirements, but didn't exactly have the highest budget possible.
Yeah.
So there's a great opportunity there to come up with a more streamlined solution, whereby you're just providing that one service at a lower cost, but then to multiple people. So it's quite interesting. On the other hand, it's just a great sort of niche area that WordPress solves very well, be it through custom post types or the APIs it provides that you can easily connect through. It's just a very easy system to be able to use to build a restaurant website.
Okay, so could you kind of talk me through your sign-up process if I was a restaurant owner?
Yeah, definitely.
Was like, how do I do this?
Actually, it's quite simple. All you have to do is add your name, your email, tell us what your subdomain is till you actually attach your full domain, or your custom domain, and you pick a theme to start off with. That's it.
That's it.
And then you get into the dashboard. Then there's an onboarding sort of process whereby we show a couple of video tutorials, and it just shows the profile completeness like it does on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
So you go from 20% to 40% once you create a food item or you upload your logo, just to really learn sort of the basics of the dashboard. And once you're comfortable with that, you go into the sort of advanced view.
So, what makes it distinctively for restaurants? Like, what is it about the back end that's like directed towards restaurant owners?
Actually, everything about it. On one hand, we have the core features such as the food menu, where we really have nice designs going on, where you can choose from different menu designs. So you can feature your main courses in a different sort of way that you would regular food items, and again in a different way than you would drinks, for example. So that you can really show a beautiful menu as opposed to just a list of items that just came out of a database, you know. And on the other hand, we also have events, which are very important, especially since we do a lot of pubs and bars and taverns. So those are core features. And on top of that, we also have all the sort of social media, social proof integration from Yelp, Foursquare, Gowalla, Kite, all these sort of different providers that can help increase the credibility of the website, or also the interaction from the clients. So these are sort of the features we've gone after.
And can you tell me a little bit about your business model? Because it seems quite different to a lot of other, say, theme shops, which are just selling themes or plugins or support.
Yeah, I guess it seems very different to a lot of people here.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's what we know best to do, because when you look at what people do before they set up a theme shop or something like that, they've been working with clients.
Yeah.
Right? And what do you do when you're working with a client? You just don't give them a theme and say install it yourself. You help them out. You install the product for them. You take care of everything for them, and provide them with peace of mind. You provide them with a full service. and that's what we're trying to replicate with a web application, because they have better things to do than to have to worry about that. They just want to be able to log on, do a couple of changes, and not have to deal with any of that kind of stuff, because they already have to manage their staff, manage the bar, the inventory, God knows what, for an industry that already has a relatively low profit margin to begin with.
Yeah. So do you think this kind of niche is the way to really build a WordPress business at the minute?
I think it's one way to do it, and I've told other people, you know, there's great opportunities to sort of go after niches that have that sort of slight increased complexity or slight need. I'm not saying quite go into real estate, because that may be a little tougher one with the geolocation and all that kind of crazy stuff you'll need to do, and there's a lot of competition there. But already things like sports clubs, for example, where you can use custom post types and taxonomies to easily create teams, or you could socially, or you could further take it to another level where you're building in sort of social elements like Buddy Press and all that, and then repackage that and sell it as a hosted service.
Yeah.
Again, churches maybe. That's another example I've mentioned before. I think that would work really well. People should just give it a try. What I did and what worked for me is that I first went with the theme route to see what the feedback was, and once I really saw what sort of customers were coming in, it only made sense that I gave them a more automatic solution.
Yeah. So this is for like newbies, really, people who don't have much tech experience, but you kind of
newbies
walk them through the process.
They'll never be newbies, and they'll never be intermediate users. They'll never be anything really, because it's just a service. You know, they're not supposed to do anything except use the service. The same way, if I go on a plane now, I expect everything to work. I don't expect to have to turn the engine on for a pilot, right? So I'm not a newbie on the plane. I'm just using the service. They should see it the same way. It should be a seamless process. They shouldn't have to think about computers at all, or servers. Any sort of keywords like that shouldn't have to come up in that discussion.
Are you building in mobile plugins or anything into mobile versions of sites?
Well, the thing is, our websites actually work quite well right now with iPhone, Android, iPad. We're looking at how we want to best solve the mobile issue.
Yeah.
It wouldn't make sense for us to develop a custom theme or a custom sort of solution for each theme itself, because that would be a lot of work down the road. So we may do a solution whereby we use one single mobile theme to default to, which would then drag in the logo and the colors from the options or configuration that we've set up for the client. But we're still thinking about that.
And where do you see yourself going in the next kind of year or two?
That's like a job interview question.
Yeah, I know, I'm sorry.
I see myself advancing in my career very well, getting promoted and having a 10% increase.
Where would you like to be with ThemeForce though?
In a couple of years, I guess in a place where restaurant owners can fully rely on us and really be content with the system, and that they're really getting a full return on investment. Not only because of the core features we sort of provide, but because they, at that point, would hopefully be even outranking the competition for like local search and things like that. Just based on some of the things we're doing, like Schema and Open Graph and all that. So we really hope that we can also give them an advantage compared to just regular websites.
Okay, great. Well, hopefully we'll see you again and you'll be a millionaire by then.
Hopefully. Give it a good shot, so we'll see what happens.
All right, thanks, Noel.
Cool, thank you.